Good morning. We're making a breakfast recipe from the Disney Princess Healthy Treats Cookbook, and it's a smoothie. It's called Jasmine Sour Cherry Smoothie. So it's obviously inspired from Jasmine from Aladdin, and there's a picture of it. So I have my blender here, ready to go. In a good place there. I already a couple things in it, some ice cubes and some frozen bananas that I put in there. So I've got the rest of my ingredients kind of over here off to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of blend it all together. All right, so the first thing I had to get is, it calls for a cherry juice instead of tart cherry juice. So I did find this one here, and I'll probably talk about this more in the ratings, but there was regular cherry juice, which I'm assuming you could probably use, but I got the tart, but the tart is like twice as much as the regular, so I don't know, we'll see. All right, so I'll put that off sides and put that away. All right. Let's put this in here. All right, we got some frozen cherries here. As I make a mess on my counter. Put in a couple more for good luck. It has me add a little honey for the, I assume the sweetener to offset some of the tart cherry flavor, but I guess we'll find out. Now, I'm gonna blend this for a little till everything's nice and blended. It says when it's done, you pour it in a cup and you can serve it with some edible flowers on top. I think I mentioned this before. I didn't go purchase the edible flower. You can kind of see it in the picture. It also has a banana slice. I'm not worried about that as well. I'm just going to care about the smoothie itself. All right. All right, here is my smoothie. And the picture had two, and I would say there's probably enough in my container for another cup. So 2 cups is probably pretty reasonable. All right, let's give this a taste test and see what we think. You know, that's really quite nice. I was worried the cherry would be too smooth, but I think the banana offsets it very well and adds a little bit to it. I'm actually getting more banana. I might add a little bit more banana than what it called for because I was a little nervous about the cherry flavor. It's not that I dislike cherries. I like them in like baked in desserts and stuff, but they're not something I just like in other things too often. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty nice. So I will enjoy the whole thing, and then in 10 seconds, you'll see my final thoughts and reviews on it. All right, there you have it. Jasmine Sour Cherry Smoothie. It was still a very enjoyable drink. And as I said during the taste test, and that held up, is that I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Because I'm just not a huge cherry person as far as like drinks and stuff like that. Like I said, usually I just like them either like in something like baked in a dessert or something like that. So overall, really nice and lovely, really simple, easy to put together. But let's get into the rankings and reviews. And the first is the ingredients on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being simple, easy to find ingredients, and 5 being harder to find or more expensive ingredients. And I'm gonna revert back to what I said about the cherry juice, and that's why I'm gonna put it at like a 2. It just, you know, that tart cherry juice was fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but like more than twice what regular cherry juice was. So I just don't know, like, I don't know. I really think you could use regular cherry juice on me. That's just me. But maybe if you like tartar things, then maybe you want to use the tart cherry juice. And I just lucked out seeing it. I don't think that that's something I've seen at other grocery stores. It just happened to be at the one I was at that day, because I think I looked at it at another grocery store in town and didn't see it. So yeah, maybe a 3 for the tart cherry juice. But yeah, either way. Difficulty scale of 1 to 5. 1, it's a smoothie. Come on, you just put everything in a blender and blend it together. As long as you can be good with sharp objects with your blender, there's no reason why this would be difficult for anybody to make and put together. And then would I make this again on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being never and 5 being absolutely? You know, I'm dead middle neutral about it, about a 3. Like I said, I enjoyed it, that I wouldn't rule it out, especially if, you know, maybe if I had some of the ingredients and I just wanted to use them up, which I may have to because there are some more frozen cherries in my freezer. So unless I can think of something else, I might just do another smoothie. But there's other smoothies out there I like a little bit more. You know, I'm more of like a strawberry banana type smoothie gal. Or, you know, maybe peach or something than I am cherry, but it was a good recipe. Like most things in all this entire challenge, I'm glad I made them. I'm glad I tried them. And it's really nice when it's something simple and you're in a hurry.